Let me also tell you that there is an investigation that will be underway here. It will be conducted by the Ohio Highway Patrol. They have my full and total confidence. I'm not quite sure where they stand in this because I will not be involved in any way in this investigation.
Last night, Ohio Department of Agriculture inspectors worked throughout the night to re-inspect all the amusement rides that are out there. Our inspectors were working on the ground to inspect the things that they could during the night last night. Those inspections will continue today. It's important to remember that amusement rides are mechanized pieces of equipment. They can fail from time to time. We work hard every day to make sure that those rides are put together and operating according to manufacturer specifications.
There will be lessons that will be learned in one way or another that can then be passed on to many of the amusement parks and fairs all across America. Let me also say to everybody here that despite the fact that we are in a position where we are, I'm saddened today. I've been opening this fair for years. This will not define the Ohio State Fair. The Ohio State Fair will carry on. That doesn't mean that we won't remember yesterday. It doesn't mean that we were not going to keep those families in our prayers. Anytime you go to an amusement park, and I've been going to amusement parks since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. I used to go to Kennywood Park, and we'd ride on the roller coasters, and I think everybody always knew that there's an element of risk connected to it. So what you can do is you can inspect, and you can re-inspect, and you can, in this case, have a third party inspect. But if we're looking for guarantees in life, they don't exist. You just make sure that the risk that you take on is something that you balance against the activity you want to engage in. Hey, look, I think about those people in that hospital. I think about those people that were hit by debris. I think about that moment when some were thrown from that carriage. That's a nightmare. It's a terrible situation. But all we can do is what is humanly possible to make sure that we provide the safety and the inspections. And there's a case here at the fairgrounds where 4 rides have not ever been opened because they weren't satisfied. So what you need to make sure of is that you check, you recheck, you do the best you can. But the ability for human beings to avoid accidents, if that's what is ultimately determined, that it was just simply an accident, you got to talk to the big guy upstairs to figure that one out, because that's a hard one to figure out. But we're doing everything we can to make sure this place is safe.